Honorable Kenny. I don't know what I can say after all my colleagues have talked, and I can feel what Honorable Kyagulanyi experiences whenever we are in meetings like this, because he speaks last. But as the saying goes, that he who speaks last or who laughs last laughs best. Let me make 2 points. First of all, I thank the Leader of Opposition and NUP for organizing this event. I want to remind the President of Uganda that in 1980, when he went to the bush, 2 people were arrested by the army. One of them was General Saleh. Your Excellency the President, when your brother was arrested, remember the message you sent to the former Vice President and Minister of Defense, the late Paul Mwanga. Because you are not trusting the courts then, you threatened that if he doesn't release your brother, you are going for him. So you should remember that. The way you felt when your brother was arrested is the way Ugandans are feeling when their children, when their brothers are abducted and are subjected to the court-martial. The second person that I want to remind the President of Uganda was his former Secretary General at the time, Honorable Bidandi Saleh. Museveni went to the bush today. The following day, Bidandi Saleh was arrested and he was incarcerated in the army barracks for 1 year and 4 months. I want to ask the President of Uganda, when you were in Rushikaire's house discussing about going to the bush or discussing about the way forward after the election, there are 2 options. You said you will go to the bush, and the Bidandi said, no, let us go and organize the party. Now you decided to go to the bush, the Bidandis decided to do otherwise. They remained here. I want to ask the President, was Bidandi arrested because he was going to overthrow government? Because you know very well that he was objected to that idea, vehemently objected. So are you telling us that that is what is now happening, that you went to fight? So I wanted to say this, maybe our President is no longer recalling what happened then. President, Mr. Museveni, they are correcting me here. The second point I want to make is a clarion call to all Ugandans. As we are sitting here in solidarity against the abduction and consequently the arraigning of Dr. Besigye and his co-accused to the court-martial, what Museveni has succeeded into is to isolate us wherever we are fighting for justice. When I'm being persecuted, NUP is isolated from me. When borders are being persecuted, the hawkers are in their comfort. When the doctors are being persecuted, the teachers are in their comfort. At no one point, we have come together to fight against injustice as Ugandans. Where are the religious leaders in this? Where are the religious leaders? Where are the academicians? Where are the professionals in this? Where are they? Are they waiting the time when he will go to them and then they call us to come and defend them. In countries where they have fought injustice, the professionals, the religious leaders, the middle class, they all come together to fight this injustice. Until we realize this, until we appreciate this, this injustice shall keep on. Shall keep on. So I call upon all those groups to come forward and join this struggle of fighting the injustice. Otherwise, we shall keep on fighting, and we shall keep on fighting in isolation from one another, and we will never succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our leaders, for the very...
National Coordinator, Honorable Wali Salaso, and on behalf of all the colleagues in Alliance for National Transformation, we've come to jointly stand with the rest of the opposition parties, stand in solidarity with Dr. Besigye and Haji Rutare, who were abducted in Kenya and have been arraigned before the military courts. Our demands are that Dr. Besigye and Haji Obedi Rutare be tried in the civil courts, because both are civilians. I'd like also to talk about another aspect. We should make every Ugandan concerned about this particular case. It's not every day that governments go and abduct their citizens from other countries, more so neighboring countries. One would have to look behind the mindsets of those who are conducting such an operation, where a government goes and abducts its citizens from another country and does not go through the established channels through which, when a person is arrested in a different country, processes are in place, are established, legal as well as diplomatic. That never happened, because they were abducted on Saturday, and by Sunday they were in Makinde, taken through both borders, the Kenyan border and the Ugandan border, the official borders. So what would be the mindset of those who are conducting such an operation, considering the consequences of that? Kenya itself, I saw a few days back, the public servant representing the Ministry of Foreign Affairs trying to explain this question, because there are so many questions in Kenya itself. And I saw him almost speaking Greek, because he was not able to come out openly to say whether the Kenyan government was behind it or not. That wouldn't be facing the Kenyan government right now if those who are conducting the operation from this side were not operating from the mindset in which they are operating. We don't have information as why they would do that first and foremost, when they clearly knew that Dr. Besigye has been going out of the country and he comes back. And they were clearly aware that he would be back, that they would not wait, even if they had any case put against him, to arrest him when in Uganda. Should be a concern of all Ugandans. Why so? Because it would clearly mean that, one, either those who conducted this operation were in panic for whatever reason, one wouldn't understand. Two, that at their subconscious level, they have given up on the image of their government, that they no longer care about protecting image, because basically maybe they think in their minds that they no longer have anything to protect in terms of image. You don't do that. As you can see, the attraction this case has raised, regionally, continentally, and internationally. What government would not care about its image when there are consequences of that nature? Unless in the subconscious level, they have given up on image. They no longer believe that they got an image to protect. Three, or those who conducted the operation are inept, that they have no capability to weigh when they are conducting or planning operations of that nature, to balance a number of issues before they make a decision of that nature. Or 4, they are so reckless that they don't care about what happens. Now, in case it is any of those 4, or a combination of them, that should make all of us worried as Ugandans. Because the management of security forces is key in the stability of a country. So if it is because of recklessness or ineptness, it should be a cause for concern for all of us, including those who are in the regime. Because we have got people who handle issues of that nature, to handle them the way they handle the matter. Even those who are senior in government, political as well as military, should think deeply on this particular issue. So we are happy and we thank you, the leader of opposition and the members of parliament who are here with you for hosting us this day. We should not let this matter rest. We are glad that there are regional interest, a number of political actors in this whole of East Africa, at the continental level, that are also raising pressure all around. We'd like to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and also the members of the press for covering us today. Let me take this opportunity, therefore, to invite Honorable and former leader of opposition, Honorable Fula Ogutu. Thank you.
Twebaza leader of opposition ne members of parliament abatwaniriza mu kifo kino ekya parliament, ate n'abakulembeze bonna ab'ebibiina ebya opposition okujja wano okuyimirira ne Dr. Kiza Besigye ne Haji Obedi Rutare ku musango gwe babataddeko nga bamaze okubawamba e Kenya ne babateeka mu kooti ey'amagye ekitasaanidde okuba kubanga bantu ba bulijjo. Ekyokubiri, ekintu kino abali mu gavumenti basaanidde okukirowoozaako nnyo, okusingira kimu ddala abo abali ku ntikko, kubanga nzijukira mu mwaka gwa 82 nga tukyalwana, nga tulina abakulembeze abali e Nairobi. Gavumenti yaliwo obudde obwo, baawamba eyaliko minisita Muzeeyi Barak Kiria, ne bamujja e Nairobi ne bamuwamba nga kati Dr. Kiza Besigye engeri gy'awambiddwamu, ne bamuleeta wano e Luzira. Era ndowooza yamalayo egyo emyaka gyonna okutuusa Lutwalo yakwata gavumenti. Abaali ku kakiiko ke twalina external committee abaali e Nairobi bona badduka buddusi. Honorable Mbabazi eyaliko prime minister yaddukira Sweden. Honorable Rugunda eyali ku kakiiko ako n'addukira Sweden. N'abakulembeze abalala bona badduka ne ba skata, mu Luganda simanyi skata, ne basaasaana. Era abakulembeze olwo General Museveni ye kennyini yakivumirira nnyo. Kati okuddamu okukola ebyo ebintu byennyini ebyakolebwako nga tebayizze, tebalina kyebategeera, tekuliiko advance yonna ekoleddwa, ekyo kyekisooka. Ekyokubiri, engeri abduction eno engeri egyekoleddwamu kiraga nti abo abali ku ntikko ebitongole ebikuuma eddembe kintu kyakweraliikiriza, kubanga bw'owamba omuntu gw'omanyi nti yali agenda kudda, kubanga bakimanyi Dr. Besigye yali agenda okudda, agenze ebweru emirundi mingi ng'adda, obutalinda ne bamukwata ne bwe bandibadde nga balina emisango gyonna gye bakamukwata emirundi mingi wano mu Uganda, naye okukola ekintu ekitali kya bulijjo ne bamuwambira e Kenya ate nga bamanyi nti yali wakudda, kintu kyakweraliikiriza. Lwaki? Kubanga kiraga nti abo abakulembera ebitongole byaki ebikuuma eddembe n'abo ebaripootingira, simanyi oba General Museveni yali akimanyi oba takimanyi, kikulaga nti either mu Luganda bakiyita batya, oba balina okutya, bwe banga balina okutya tetumanyi ki ekibatiisa, oba abo abakulembeza ebitongole tebamanyi kye bakola, oba tebakyafaayo ku kifaananyi kya gavumenti yaabwe, tebakyalina image gye baprotectinga, kwegamba bagamba nti katukikole kubanga tekuliko twayonooneka dda, tetukyalina ekijja kiki, kubanga siraba engeri yonna endala abantu abali ku ntikko y'ebitongole by'okwerinda okola ekintu ky'ekika kino. Kati owulira lawyers kati bavudde Kenya, bava Angola, bava Nigeria n'awalala wonna ku lw'ekintu ekyo ekyokuwamba abakulembeze okubajja e Kenya okubaleeta wano. Ekirala batadde Kenya mukatu, n'alabyeko ndowooza oba permanent secretary wa foreign affairs ng'agezaako okunyonyola, nga babuuzizza, kubanga Kenya mu parliament babuuza abakulembeze aba political leaders abala babuuza, ng'agezaako okunyonyola naye ng'olaba nti talina kyakwogera. Kati bw'oba olina muliraanwawo n'akola ekintu mu ngeri gye bakikozeemu n'abateeka mu problem gye balimu, kubanga problem Kenya wantu we tubadde ffena nga tutambula nga twetaaya nga tetulina kutya kwonna. N'olwekyo kati engeri gye balabikamu kati kintu ekijja kutiisa abantu ffenna abali mu region eno. N'olwekyo ndowooza ab'e Kenya basaanidde okuvaayo obulungi ne bannyonnyolawo bulungi, bwe tuba nga tetujja kusigala nga tulina okutya bwe tuba nga tugenda wa e Nairobi. Nga tugibuuka etteeka lino tetulimenya, kubanga bw'olimenya olwaleero n'okola kyonna ky'oyagala okukola, kubanga olowooza nti gw'oli mu gavumenti, olunaku lw'ova mu gavumenti oba nga tokyalina ekikola ki ekikukuuma, kubanga tokyalina mundu, ababadde bakukuuma abo abali mu gavumenti nabo baba nga baagala kukola nga byokola, abo be bakukwata bennyini. Kintu kya short-sightedness is what? Okulabira kumpi. N'olwekyo tubasaba abali ku ntikko, waliko olunaku lwe bajja kuba nga tebakyali mu gavumenti, ekyo bakimanye. Wajja enkuba, wagwa omusana, wajja ekibuyaga, oluvannyuma lwa byonna gavumenti zonna zikola ki? Zikyuka. Bakirowoozeeko ekintu ekyo nnyo. Ne bwe tuba nga tulina obutategeregana naye eggwanga lisigala nga litya resistable. Gurupu endala eneeba eyingidde etambuze eggwanga bulungi, n'abo abatutulugunya kati amanye nti bw'aba akoze ensobi bagenda kumutwala mu kooti oba mu mbuga z'amateeka eziri civil courts mu Luganda, simanyi baziyita batya, mu kooti ez'abantu ba bulijjo. Ekyo buba nga tebakitegeera, balina ekizibu mu ndowooza yaabwe ne mu mitwe gyabwe.
Bbiri zokka. Esooka yeya okukubiriza abakulembeze b'amagye nti wadde nga ffe abali mu bibiina by'obufuzi tugatta okulwanirira eddembe, naye abakulembeze baffe ab'enzikiriza baliriddawa? Kubanga bano be bakwata abagoberezi baabwe. Ba academicians baliriddawa? Bagamba nti bino tebibakwatako. Ba professionals baliriddawa? Bagamba nti bino tebibakwatako bya bannabyabufuzi. Ba middle class baliriddawa? Abali middle class bali mu maduuka gaabwe bagamba nti bino tebibakwatako. Bannamawulire nga muggyeko okuripootinga bino tebibakwatako. So njagala kukubiriza bannayuganda nti bino okulwanirira eddembe ly'obuntu mu mawanga gye babulwaniridde, abantu bonna ab'ebiti eby'enjawulo beegattamu okulwanyisa dictator. Ebyobufuzi babirekera bannabyabufuzi nga waliwo political sanity. Babirekera bannabyabufuzi nga waliwo political sanity. Naye nga waliwo dictatorship, buli kategori y'abantu mu nsi eteekwa okubibaamu. Akasembayo kakujukiza President Museveni nti baakwata mugandawo. Bwe baamukwata, jjukira ebigambo bye wagamba Paul Muwanga. Omanye kye wafiiringa ne bano b'okwata abantu baabwe kye bafiiringa. Ekyokubiri, ekyo wabyogera nga tokakasa kooti mwe bagenda kumutwala. Era jjukira bwe wagenda mu nsiko leero, enkya ne bakwata Muzeebidandisayi ne bamusiba omwaka gumu n'emyezi 4 mu military prison. Kyokka ng'ate bw'ali ogenda mu nsiko ye teyakuwagira. Era jjukira nti wasindikako n'abantu bagende mu kkomera bamubbeyo. Ebyo byonna byali biraga nti wali teweekakasa kooti ze bamutwalamu. Kakati gwe lwaki olowooza nti abantu bagenda kwekakasa court martial n'otwala abaana b'abantu? N'olwekyo nja kwebaza National Unity Platform nga bannange okutuleeta together, okuyimirira awamu n'okwongera okukiggumiza. Bwe tunaabeera nga tulowooza nti bwe bakwata ku ono tebinkwatako, President Museveni kyayagala okutwa isolatinga from one another. Mwebale nnyo.
Thank you. Here is a statement, 9th December 2024. Joint statement on the abduction of Dr. Chiza Besigye and Haj Obed Kamlegea from Kenya and the arraignment before the General Court Martial. We, the undersigned leaders of different political parties and formations, do hereby: 1. Condemn the abduction of Dr. Chiza Besigye and Haj Obed Kamlegea from Kenya, a sovereign state, on the 16th of November 2024, in complete violation of domestic, regional, and international laws. 2. Condemn their trial in the military court, which has no jurisdiction to try civilians, and further assert our belief that they cannot get a free and fair trial at the General Court Martial, where the military is the complainant, the prosecutor, and the judge. 3. Demand an end to the trial of civilians in military courts in adherence of numerous rulings by Uganda's Constitutional Court. All cases involving numerous political prisoners and other civilians must be terminated or transferred to civilian courts. 4. Call upon Chief Justice Owiny Dollo and the Supreme Court to rise to the occasion and put a final end to the trial of civilians in military courts and the attendant violations of human rights. 5, demand that the charges against Dr. Chiza Besigye and Haj Obeid Kamlegeya are dropped, and if not, that they are swiftly transferred to civilian courts bearing jurisdiction to try the alleged offenses. I thank you very much. That is a statement.